The main objective of this project was to replace the kernel distribution system that we installed at Booth 15 years ago with our new state-of-the-art system called VKDS, or Visual Kernel Distribution System.
I think the main objectives for the project was to drive efficiency within the business, within Booths, and to allow us to develop the warehouse management system in line with the changes to our business needs.
In conjunction with Booths, we decided that we were going to do a like-for-like functionality replacement. In that way, we would minimize the risk and minimize scope creep in the project.
We decided to avoid the big bang approach by introducing VKDS in a staged rollout.
The Prince2 methodology, which we use, has very strong core values to do with documentation and communicating with everybody consistently throughout the project.
In terms of the VKDS project, the approach to the project management really made the process quite enjoyable from a project perspective.
We make a massive effort to have a really good relationship with our customers. It's not the same as a normal customer-supplier relationship.
The professional, yet with a good rapport. It made it very easy talking to the project managers and the developers.
Prototype the system. So it will be a mock-up of exactly how the system would look, which we will present to the customer and get the customer's approval prior to us undertaking the development process. That approach gives the customer the opportunity to look at the system. They will actually approve the system prior to us undertaking the development work. In that way, we will then ensure that there is going to be no surprises. When the customer receives the system back from us, they know exactly what they are going to be getting.
Our prototyping within Epsilon helped Booth because it allowed us to design the screens right from the start and show the customer what the screens look like before we developed it. And it's clearly a lot easier to adjust screens to what they want before we've written the system than when we've only just prototyped it.
The prototyping which CSFD showed to us was a great help here. We could see what the forms were going to look like before we actually got the delivery of the programme.
Prototyping would probably give us a 20% increase in the speed of development, because we are not faced with a situation where we're passing the software on to the customer and then for them to come back to us with some minor changes. All of that would have been taken care of during the prototyping process.
The advantage with the service-oriented technology is that it acts as a central repository for all the various functions and processing that's required as part of the system. Because it's stored in a central place, it's only defined once, and we just call it as and when required throughout the application. It's quick to develop that way, and also any changes that are subsequently required just have to be done the once to affect everywhere that the function's called.
The testing process between Booths and CSFD works really well. We were able to set up the test VKDS solution alongside our live solution to allow us to test in parallel with our existing systems. This allowed us to compare like for like, so we knew all the programs that we were expecting to work in the way that they wanted to.
Testing and frontline support are linked. The same person does the testing and the frontline support. This is very important because we give the customer continued support both during development and afterwards.
The implementation experience of the VKDS projects in Booths went really well. It was quite daunting at first with changing our old system to the new system. However, it went so smoothly that we didn't require the on-site support that we had on the first phase for the rest of the project. We were able to carry out the implementation process ourselves.
From contract signature to finally handing over the system, it took us less than 19 months to complete the project.
I would expect VKDS to grow with booths as we decide on the more efficiencies that we need to implement within our business needs. I think VKDS is a good platform to build upon.